Andrew, aka Myron, is an idiot.
Hot take, but there's no such thing as your wife.
And if any of his goofball followers actually take his advice, they are going to end up in jail.
I know there's some places that technically it's illegal, but that is like completely retarded.
I don't know for the life of me how Andrew still has any followers, anybody that listens to him and believes what he says. Dude really needs to retire from giving any type of relationship advice you would expect even for a loser like Myron, who's never been in a real relationship, to know better than this.
Christianity, Islam, like what? How do you raise your own wife? It doesn't make sense. Guys, don't forget that that marriage is a religious institution, and God commands these hoes to smash their husbands.
But I'm Jew, welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it. Myron says there's no such thing as raping your wife. What?
I think the concept of like, oh, you can rape your wife. No, yo, hot take, but there's no such thing as raping your wife. There's no such thing. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I know there's some places that technically it's illegal, but that is like completely retarded. Here's the thing.
I'm in shock sometimes that this is the place that we've come to on the internet. That idiots like him actually have platforms and followers that believe his words. Myron is an idiot who's never been married, never been in a serious relationship. And more than anything, you don't even need to know any of that to know. You can absolutely essay your wife, girlfriend, or anybody else if they don't want to have relations with you. Especially if they say no, which should be like an immediate emergency break at that point.
In every major religion, like sex is literally the wife's duty. Christianity, Islam, like what? How do you raise your own wife?
That's false. I'm not a theologian, but I've never read in any scripture that a wife's major duty is providing sex to her husband, nor is she obligated to give him sex at all times. I've never read that in the Bible. Maybe he's specifically referring to something Islam-wise, but I've never read that sex is a full obligation and responsibility of a woman to provide for a man. In just about every religion, marriage is discussed, and then sexual intimacy within marriage is mutually expected, but at no point does it say it's the wife's sole duty to provide sex to a husband. It doesn't say that. I can't even believe I'm having to look this up. In major world religions, sexual intimacy is strongly encouraged within marriage, though it is usually framed as a mutual duty rather than the sole obligation of the wife. Christianity. The New Testament outlines that marital sex is a mutual responsibility to prevent temptation. 1 Corinthians 7 verse 3, that the husband and the wife have authority over each other's bodies. Mutual delight. Christian teachings emphasize that while it is a duty, sex is also designed to be a delight and a symbol of spiritual union. Many modern theologians and counselors stress that duty sex shouldn't override the need for mutual consent and sensitive communication. Islam, rights of both spouses. In Islam, fulfilling a spouse's sexual and emotional needs is considered an act of worship and is an essential part of marriage. Reciprocal obligation. Scholars highlight that obligation goes both ways. Just as wives are expected to fulfill their husband's needs, husbands are equally obligated to fulfill their wife's needs to maintain health and peace of the marriage. Judaism, the wife's right. The traditional Jewish law, sexual intimacy is explicitly framed as the wife's right and the husband's duty. The husband is obligated to provide the wife with conjugal relations, while the wife can choose to withhold sex, though the dynamic involves mutual negotiation. Emphasis on pleasure. Judaism places significant emphasis on the wife's sexual pleasure and emotional fulfillment within the marriage. Hindu scriptures recognize sex within marriage as a duty for procreation and family continuity. Consent. Despite traditional codes, many scriptures emphasize that the wife must be willing and free from impediments such as illness, anger, or being unbathed, and that mutual desire is paramount. Mutual being the operative word. So no, Myron using religion to justify SA is 100% wrong.
Christianity, Islam, like what? How do you raise your own wife? It doesn't make sense. Guys, don't forget that that marriage is a religious institution. Don't forget that shit. I know some states make it illegal and they have like laws against your wife, which I think is like fucking strange. Because if you're gonna use marriage, marriage is a religious union. It's a union between you and God, your woman and God.
There are a ton of people that marry that don't follow religion or believe in God. So him using that as the end all be all, even with his skewed perspective on religion, is still wrong. And then if he's saying religion supersedes state, saying that the Bible says you can essay your wife, that the state can't do anything about it, is again wrong, because following religious practices will not keep you out of jail if you commit a crime. And that is absolutely a crime.
Okay, and God commands these hoes to smash their husbands. Isn't it crazy how, as a man, you're expected to adhere to all your masculine roles, but women are not supposed to, women don't have to align with their feminine roles? You guys notice that? Women will sit there and want to get married with a priest in a church, but then not fulfill their duty and smash you and make you food.
He has such an elementary school brain when it comes to relationships. What he's talking about isn't how relationships work. What he's talking about is a fantasized version of relationships, like a woman is just gonna stay home all day, make sandwiches, and be ready to have sex at all times of the day. That's not realistic. That's not how relationships work. Even if you're happy and have a healthy relationship, there are gonna be some nights where you're not gonna be having sex. Maybe your lady doesn't feel like it. She's tired, she doesn't feel good. She wants to take a shower, like whatever the case, there are gonna be some times where it's just not gonna happen, and that's okay. Because as a man, believe it or not, there are gonna be some times when you don't feel like it. But the fact that this clown's sitting up here justifying rape of your significant other is insane to me. People really have to stop taking advice from dipshit losers like this. He is a loser. This man is going on 40, has never had one healthy relationship in his life. The only relationship he did have, he took care of her financially, didn't have sex with the girl.
Relationships, guys, like, you should stop with this.
They don't have sex?
They don't have sex.
Them boys commented about damn time. We all know you were smashing Angie. You know what, Ray? I wish, but no.
And then she cheated on him with Rollerblade Rico.
He didn't really steal Angie. He collected her. That's a big difference, bro. Yeah, man. They call him Rollerblade Rico. He's a shadow that just rolls out of nowhere, man. Smooth wheels, smoother game. You don't even hear him coming.
And I keep saying I don't understand him still having a following at this point in time. He has been exposed over and over and over for just simply not liking women. Like he thinks they're gross.
Female vaginas are disgusting.
I don't want to sound like an asshole, man, but I don't do shit for the express pleasure of women, man. It's a waste of time. It's way more important to protect her than to please her. Who gives a fuck about a woman's orgasm? It's useless.
No.
Wait a minute. You said who gives a have a woman ever had an orgasm with you when you was having sex?
Yeah.
Do you know how that feels? For you?
I just know that there are some smooth brain idiots that are literally going to believe what he's saying right now.
They want to walk down the white aisle in a dress, but they don't want to be a wife. Don't sit here and make me get married in front of a priest or a pastor, whatever the fuck, in a church, do these vows, and then you want to pick and choose what part of the religion and your duties that you want to adhere to. That's bullshit. I don't think within the confinements of marriage, having sex with your wife can ever be constituted as oh, sue me.
Having sex with your wife is completely different than SAing your wife. If it is mutual, if y'all are good to go, it's a fun time, great. That's perfect. That's what marriage is about. That's what a healthy relationship is about. But if she says no, or it's not the right time, ring or no ring, and you force yourself on her, that is SA.
Because I find it interesting how you can't pick and choose when you're supposed to do your job. If someone breaks the house, can you say, I don't feel like it tonight, tomorrow?
He's such an idiot. He never knows what he's talking about. In a healthy relationship, there are going to be things that a man is responsible for and things that a woman is responsible for. So if you want to compare apples to apples, that's like a woman saying, I don't feel like doing the dishes, and a man saying, I don't feel like taking the trash out. Two very harmless things that could be easily resolved. Not a woman saying, I don't feel like it, and a man forcing her to against her will. I still can't believe I'm having this discussion. This dude is going to get people seriously hurt and in trouble.
Get the fuck out of here with that, dude. Yeah, there's states that have laws against marital sex, bro. Don't get married, bro. There's no benefit. The sex isn't even guaranteed, bro. What benefit do you have? That's why I tell y'all, bro. Like, marriage is a cooked institution because women can pick and choose when they want to fulfill their roles. That's why some of these are on OnlyFans. A lot of these married guys are on OnlyFans because their wives probably don't fuck them anymore.
You know what Myron actually reminds me of? He reminds me of somebody that got cut at a sport in high school. Like, it was tryouts for basketball. He didn't make the basketball team. And then he spends the whole rest of the season talking shit about the basketball team. Oh, they suck. I ain't really want to play with them anyway. He's a loser with the loser mentality that's crashing out about something that he's never had and won't ever have. Because who wants to marry a dweeb like this? This is why he has never been married and only one girlfriend for a short time. And this is the type of man y'all are taking dating and relationship advice from. Exactly. His takes are so idiotic because he doesn't know what he's talking about. He has no lived experience with relationships, but he's giving relationship advice. Maybe this worked with dating 5 years ago when everybody was younger and this content was fresh and you could give young men advice on getting their bag up and being attractive to women, but he is so far out of his depth when he has to talk about a real relationship and what goes into making a healthy relationship. He doesn't know that because he's never done it. If the woman refuses and you force her, that's great. Now, if the woman withholds it purposely and uses it as leverage against the man, this is bad. And that's when you get an unhealthy relationship territory that probably requires therapy, relationship or marriage counseling, and to figure out what's really going on and if you guys belong together or not. But to force yourself on somebody that is refusing you is 100% SA. But raping her is never the solution. Sometimes a woman might just not feel like it, and that's okay. You need to respect her decision. Facts. You can still be married and separated or married legally while in family court. If she says no and you force her, you're saying that that is not great. Pushing your wife down on bed and getting it even though she says no isn't great. Shake my here, your low Sudanese IQ is showing. He is about to send his white incel fans who finally ever get a woman straight to jail. 100% true, because if people are taking what he's saying at face value and acting on it, they are going to commit a crime. Don't require a man to be with you sexually and then deny him sex. That's like telling a woman she can't work, but you refuse to give her money to buy the things she needs to survive. If that's the case, then that's an unhealthy relationship. Like I said, get therapy, talk to somebody, figure it out, but don't force yourself on anybody. Goes to show you he knows nothing about Islam. Rape inside marriage happens all the time, sadly. You're a disgusting human who shows no critical thinking skills, which is evident in this, and this is why you constantly swear and mock. Yes, this nigga's gonna get locked up one day. He's on a live show saying his wife can't be raped by him. Ever since the Chud nonsense, Myron has got his laws all messed up because he's sounding dumber by the day. Myron was never smart. That's the funny thing. He was never smart. Anytime he's ever had to converse or talk to somebody that knows what they're talking about, he gets to stuttering and stammering all the time. And he was catching so much heat that he had to respond in his own comments. For the smooth brains, if you don't see the insanity in this, your wife can withhold sex, breaking her marital vows, while you can go to jail for making her comply your laws. Making her comply is the craziest thing. Get this dude off the streets. Yet you're still legally and morally expected to provide and protect regardless of whether she upholds hers. That is not a reciprocal bond. It's a trap. He just does not know how real relationships work or what makes a healthy relationship. This whole scenario is so extreme. I'm telling you, even in the happiest marriages, people are not having sex every night, dog. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't mean your woman is not upholding her vows or she doesn't love you. Maybe she just does not feel like it. It's okay. Now, if it's a consistent thing where you've gone long periods of time without having sex and there's no intimacy there seems like there's a problem with the marriage, then again, maybe you need to get counseling, get therapy, see if you guys need to be together, or maybe take a break, separate, and that person just isn't the person for you and vice versa. But again, forcing yourself on somebody, wife or not, is never the solution. And the people who responded to his comment were still on his neck. This is a smooth brain take, because instead of you divorcing her and getting a new wife for breaking biblical vows, like, is it that serious? It is not. And this just lets you know how disturbing some of these people that follow these red pillars are. Women don't deserve rights. It's impossible to grape your girlfriend or wife. In fact, most women get wet because of that. Safe but dangerous and exciting. That is insane. It's kind of like what Nick Fuentes weird ass said.
A lot of women want to be raped, and when I say raped, I mean like that sounds bad when I say it like that. But there's like a lot of women that really want a guy to beat the shit out of them.
From a person you are not in a relationship with forcing themselves on you. It's that simple. Wrong. 100% wrong. Get his ass off the streets too. That's a sick, broken mind right there. Andrew, aka Myron, is such a loser, scumbag person. I'm not even really that surprised by the take. If anything, it's more surprising that he really said that on a live stream in front of people and then posted it on X for engagement. I've said it a million times during this video, don't listen to Myron and never do that, ever, ever, ever. But shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting. Thanks for watching. Y'all let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Also, make sure you check out the next video and don't forget to follow me on Instagram for behind the scenes and life stuff, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.